Alright guys, today's going to be a Yap Sesh video, so let's just get into it. These are my thoughts about Wuyang. First, I'll give a quick run through of each of his abilities and what I think about them. First, his primary. Zishun Staff, I think is how you say it. I don't know, I've never heard it be said out loud by somebody who's confident in the pronunciation, so just take it with a grain of salt. But anyway, what I like and what I dislike about it. Well, I love the empowered water orb and the controls because, people at first were worried that it was going to be awkward or not very good, but it's pretty damn good. And if you don't know how to turn around completely, you'll shoot it out, look up, turn around, it'll go basically exactly where you're looking. It's pretty accurate as long as you do it quick enough. So yeah, obviously wouldn't do it in the middle of a fight, but like if you want to do it a certain way, juke somebody out, you could try it. What I dislike about the staff, however, is that the unempowered orb, if you just rapid fire it, it sucks. It's garbage. It does like no damage, and the better combo is to go up in their face, water orb melee, water orb melee, water orb melee. That's way more damage because I think the orbs do 30, maybe 35 damage while your melee does 40. So even though you shoot really fast, it's literally faster to just throw melees in between each water orb. Next is his alt fire restorative stream. I like the passive healing. People were saying that it is bad, but honestly, by itself, it's not that bad. Now, obviously, it's not going to keep anybody alive, but the same thing can be said for Zenyatta Orb. Even though I think Zenyatta Orb does 40, this does 35, I think. But other than that, I think the passive itself is fine. The beam sort of resource thing, I think it's fine. I think it would be better. I think literally if you wanted to buff restorative stream when it comes to the empowered healing itself, just make his resource come back a little faster and it's fine. People are saying more resource, do more healing. Doesn't need to do more healing. It does fine healing, especially if you use your Guardian Wave, which we'll talk about in a minute. But if you use Guardian Wave on top of your empowered healing, you out heal a lot of like your regular damage from low. So honestly, you don't really need to buff it. Maybe buff the recharge rate, but that's about it, is what I think. Next is his mobility, what's it called? Rushing Torrent. I think Rushing Torrent is fine. People were saying, like, oh, it's terrible because it's, like, it is boring. We'll be honest. Like, functionally, it is boring. Visually, it's pretty cool. But functionally, it is boring. It's just a speed boost, jump height boost. That's about it. But if you didn't notice, you actually get a little directional boost when you cast it, so that's something to know. So if you need a quick little dash right around that corner, maybe you could use it for that. Otherwise, I think it plays pretty good. Like if you really wanted to buff it, maybe make it to where it's kind of like his Guardian Wave, where when you jump, you get down faster. So then you can give it more height, but that's about it. Because it doesn't really need a buff. It could just, for quality of the game, maybe get a buff. Now for his second ability, Guardian Wave, I think Guardian Wave is pretty damn good. I wish it was a little wider, but I think that's just because I want to hit people all the time. But, aside from that, I think it goes like 30, 35 meters. My numbers might be off because I was just like in a custom game, and I just kind of put down to spray where I was, just fucking used it, went to the very end of it with a speed boost, and then just kind of did that a couple times, and generally it was 30, 35 meters. I think more in the 35 meter range. But the boosted healing, I don't know what it is. I believe it'd be 50% because I think that's what Ana's is. But it's pretty good. Like I said, with a restorative stream, you can out heal a bunch of shit. It's pretty damn good. It won't save people by themselves, but hey, it'll do some good stuff. Plus, the EB and Flow knockback stuff is pretty fun to watch them get knocked back and then get knocked back towards you. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that one. Then finally for his kit, we have his ultimate, Tidal Blast. Now, there's one buff that I will not go back on when it comes to Wuyang. Everything else, any other buff I say, I don't really mean. There's only two buffs I actually want. For his primary fire, which is slightly more damage on the unempowered, but it's like 5, maybe 10 more damage. That's it, just a little more, just a tiny bit. But on Tidal Blast self-cast, I want it to be a little faster, just because mid-fight, you basically never want to ult yourself, because if they have a brain, they will kill you during your cast, and you lose your ultimate completely. It feels terrible. It's happened to me a bunch, and so, like, I just don't like it, because you have to use it around a corner, then swoop in and pray to God they're in a good spot. Because mid-fight, otherwise, you just gotta kind of cast it on your ally, and I don't know. I just think It should be a little bit faster cast time on yourself since allies it's instant. I'm fine with that cast time on myself, but just a little faster. That's about it for that. But no, overall, I think Wuyang is probably the most interesting support we've gotten in quite a while. Honestly, he is Lucio levels of fun for me, which I was a Lucio main for literally almost 2 years of playing this game. I loved Lucio and played mostly Lucio. Now, of course, if you look at my time played on my career profile, it'll only say I have like 70 to 80 hours on Lucio, but that's because I play everybody a lot, but I played him the most by like 10 or 15 hours. No, I loved Lucio because his was all in a big stretch of time where I basically only played Lucio versus everybody else who was over the last almost 3 years of Overwatch 2. And Wuyang is on that list of being with Lucio. It's like him, Lucio, Junkrat, or Reinhardt, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of where it's at because I played Genji for a while. He's up there, but he doesn't count anymore. I don't know. This is a Yap Sesh video. I think I'll do these every once in a while because editing's hard, especially on CapCut because it's super laggy. I'm doing it all by myself. I gotta think of the idea. I sometimes script, other times I just get general bullet points. And like for my hero concepts, dude, hero concepts take a minute. Like right now I'm working on a Shang-Chi concept and I'm still trying to decide whether I'm going to go with the comic version of the 10 rings or the MCU. Because the MCU 10 rings would be way easier, but the comic 10 rings would be so much more fun for me. Because like they all have individual names, individual powers per ring. It's just so cool. I don't know what I'm choosing yet. So yeah, expect a Shang-Chi Marvel Rivals concept sooner or later. But in the meantime, let's keep talking about Wuyang. So, Wuyang's story. I like it. Now, I will say, I don't give a shit how long it is. I will probably always laugh at Water College because it's just, that's funny. Come on. Hey, where'd you go to college? Oh, I went to Bradford. Oh, where'd you go to college? Water College. Fuck you mean Water College? I went to Water College. What do you want? Right? It sounds dumb, but it's fun and it's very Overwatch and I like it. By the way, if you didn't see the recent things, Anran, his sister, has also been officially invited. They both have coins from Overwatch. They've both been officially invited. Now, I'm going to give you a little theory right now. I think since we know the next hero is probably a tank and a gladiator on top of that, I think Anran will maybe be in the next batch of heroes. I think she's going to be DPS, and here's what I think the time frame is going to look like. So we know Season 20 is going to be a gladiator woman, probably a tank. Now, we don't know what Season 22, 24, 26, 28 is, but I think Anran's going to be a 26 to 28, maybe Season 30. Because it just feels right. I will be honest, anytime I say these things, it's a hunch, but goddamn, it's a hunch. Because I have the time frame for the next quote-unquote oddball they're going to do, which I think it's going to be Season 24 to 26. So it's going to be Season 24 or 26 for the oddball, and then Anran's going to be 26 or up to 30 before we get her. Because there's no way you're going to tease this character who people have actively said in a similar situation to Hazard, one of his friends, that I kind of want this person more. Now, obviously, not that many people said about Wuyang, because people like Wuyang a lot more than they liked Hazard, but the point stands. People want Anran. So, if other heroes aren't, like, damn near done, they might push Anran a little bit forward, because, like, let's say she was planned for Season 36, but they're like, whoa, people really like Anran, let's push her up to, like, Season 28. It's like, that's a lot, yeah, but we could just push the other people back. It's fine, whatever, right? They don't know what we're doing, so we can do this and nobody would know, right? That's the idea. I don't know. I love Yap Sesh videos where I'm like only going to cut out the really long silences and just leave the rest of it unfiltered, breathy talking, running out of breath. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What kind of heroes you want to see from the game, when you think we'll get Anran, the oddball hero that we'd know about generally, what other features you want to come to the game, all this, all that. Because I like talking about stuff, and I think I'll use Yap Sesh videos where I just talk and just talk to just talk about these things. Like, I had another video a while ago about how I was a quick play warrior for most of my Overwatch journey. And then more recently, I was getting into competitive and stuff. But I eventually didn't do that because I realized things like that Aqua video slash Wuyang that I made, I think, what was it, 3 months ago, 4 months ago at this point, it did really well. And I realized if I do it right, you guys will eat up hero concepts. And I don't mean that as like a bad thing. It's good because I love doing hero concepts. For instance, I could tell you right now, I have 3 One Piece Dawn of the World, my thing, hero concepts for Doflamingo, Gekomori, and Ace. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Marvel Rivals hero concepts in Doc Ock, Scorpion, Domino, Lionheart, Prince of the Orphans, Clea Strange, Kraven the Hunter, Lightspeed, Jackpot, Quicksilver, and Shang-Chi, which I'm going to do Shang-Chi first. But yeah, I have a bunch of videos. I even have a Marvel Rivals team-up video going to come up sooner or later, where it's going to be more of an edited video, but where like I'll just go over team-ups and what I think about them and what I think should change, and then give like, I think it was 5 I think I have about 5 ideas. Now, I did use a spinning wheel, which I'll explain in that video, but anyway, I'm going to cut this Yap session now because I am no longer talking about Wuyang, and I'll make sure to put chapters for when I yap about Wuyang and when I don't. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye-bye.